What's up, guys? It's your boy Brennan, aka Drip, back with another video and the rest of Team D.D.D. I can't get over that picture.
Parking chicken.
Parking chicken. Today we got Tanner in his absolute spice / copium / he's finally having fun with the game again.
Yes.
What are you playing, Big Dog?
I'm playing Fire King Tri-brigade.
Oh, yeah.
So this deck can mix with a lot of things. It can mix with Dogmatica. It can mix with Sinful Spoil. It can mix with Tri-brigade. I'm a copium Tri-brigade player, and I love the deck to death. And I also think that Shurg is a good card, and so is Revolt. It's a really good deck. Simple Spoil is better in my opinion, but like this is also really, really good because once it gets going, it's straight gas.
Yeah, and I feel like this provides more follow up than the Sinful Spoils.
It does. It's straight follow up because you're always going to add off your Shureg and you're always going to get Ponics. So you're going to have so much follow up and so much synergy in the deck that like you're always going to be able to play.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get started with it. So we'll do the main deck first. So of course this is going to be your normal summon of the deck. 3 Fire Chicken. So this card's really broken because when it's summoned, you can add a spell trap, and then also during the same phase when it's destroyed, you can add it back. And also, if you destroy a fire card, you can summon it. Multiple different things. Card is basically bread and butter of this deck. It's what you want to summon, and it's very good. And you also have an ability to play through Imperm and Baylor in this deck because of an old card that this deck is actually in archetype. I'll show you that later, but it basically just ensures this card resolves. So there is that. Then you have 3 of the other best one. Like all the new reprint, like the big cards are really good. So Kieran's really good because it lets you dodge Imperm Baylor, like I said with this too, but there's other cards too. It also lets you non-target pop a card, which is very, very good, and lets you summon something back. But basically what it is, it's a quick effect during your opponent's turn to let you make the JD of the deck essentially and blow up during your opponent's turn. And then I only play 2 Garunics because I don't want to draw multiples of this card because you can only use the effect once per turn. It's nice, but you're always going to search this off the field spell anyways, so I don't really feel the need for the third, but this card is really, really broken. I enjoy it a lot. I play 1 of each of these. I don't play the Spawn Trap Negate because it kind of feels like a win more card. And most of the time when I draw it, I really don't want to summon it or put it on the board, especially because you're playing Tri-brigade and you need space for your Revolt. So it just clogs up zones in that way and also just feels one more. You play this to play around a lot of hand traps too and make sure that your Ponics or your Garunix resolves.
Yeah.
And this is a card you pop during your standby phase that lets you add your Kieran to be able to play to your opponent's turn.
It's also nice to be able to, sometimes when you need another level 8, you need to pop this to get like a Kieran back in rotation to make your exceed too. It's really nice.
Very, very good. I wouldn't play any more of this because you're already playing a lot of normal summons. If you have to normal summon Tri-brigade, you do, and you're wanting to normal summon the chicken. And I feel like once you go over like around 6 or 7 normal summons in the deck, it gets really cloggy and you don't want to do that in your hands. So that is that. And then of course the myth, the legend, the fractal, the kit.
Oh, look, 5 free fire monsters.
So it's really good because these are all fire and they synergize with the deck, which is really dumb.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's also the fact of like on turn 3, when you summon this back, you can send this and pop it off of this, and then let you send Nerval and add Karis or add this, and let you just full combo anyways.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, like you said, this is a fire, so it comes into play in other cards in the deck later. But just being able to pop this card and be able to summon Garunix or being able to normal summon it and having a fire on the board, it means a lot in this deck. So it's a lot more synergy. And then
only run 1 Kuros?
Yes. So I don't want to add multiple of this because I already have to cut the deck space thin. I tried 1-1, 1-2, and I landed on 2-1 because there's a lot of times where you open this in your hand and you can't get it out of your hand, and you won't be able to add this. So that's why this is a 2. But I never felt the need to have more than 1 Karis in this deck.
Because I probably figure, correct me if I'm wrong, with the synergy of this deck, this instead of like normally with Tri-brigade, you're searching this, you're probably searching this instead of fire, right?
Yes. Well, you search this in the combo where you are trying to special summon the chicken off of Shureg. Or not Shureg, but Farragut. But what he's saying more is like, yes, because these are fire, you want them more than this. That's why I'd rather run these than this. And I only want this when I need it in the combo, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
And it also, I can't dodge hand traps with this because it's not a fire.
Yeah.
So that is that. And then Revolt is just Revolt. Getting a QCR in the mail. Don't meme me. And then we'll go into the Fire King like spells and traps. So this is a card I was talking about earlier that lets you dodge with fire. This card's really stupid because you are going to go through your full combo with like the fractal lines, and then you're going to special summon the Ponix off the Farragut. And 9 times out of the 10, if people don't hand trap you there, they hold it for the Ponix because this engine is just inherently stupid.
Yeah.
So when they do that, you just do this and tag the Ponix out, and then you turn into a fractal, and then your graveyard's loaded. So this is now live, and this resolves. So it just lets you dodge more hand traps.
Yeah, what's kind of crazy is, in theory, you also have like indirectly kind of six copies of this, even though this is better than Kieran, but dodging targeting effects, you have 6 cards that can help you dodge targeting effects.
Yes, exactly. It's because right now we're in a format where just hand traps are priority, and because Rescue Ace exists, people are just strong-headed about Valor and Imperm.
And this card,
yeah, exactly. So this card existing is stupid.
Yeah.
And then I play 2 Island, 2 Sanctuary. You're searching this card, and opening this by itself is not full combo, especially in this deck because you're playing like the Tri-brigade stuff. You want to open that more. So I feel like 2/2 is a good number because if they get rid of it the first time, you can do it in the follow-up.
Yeah, it doesn't really do nothing as long as they don't out it turn 1. Turn 2 it doesn't really do nothing searching it, yeah.
And then honorary Tri-brigade card, Tanky. It's literally just for you to add your fractal and just full combo. Because this sending is full combo.
Makes sense.
Of course, I hate Droll. I hate Shifter. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh. This card just basically stops a bunch of things. It's very self-explanatory. 1-for-1 because summoning Ponix is good, or summoning Nerval is also very good. Has many uses, and it also just baits out a hand trap. So there is a lot of times where I've opened the Garunix, the big guy, and I 1-for-1 this away and summon Ponix and just summon this back from the graveyard and add Kieran.
Yeah, that's really nasty.
Talents, because we're in a hand trap format, and drawing 2 or ripping is nice.
Yeah,
pretty straightforward. Hand traps, I played 3 Imperm because negating's fun. Droll. If you're in a locals, I feel like this is kind of better than Nib, just for the fact of like you have all the rogue you're going against. And being able to cut a lot of things off like Mana DM is really, really good. And then just generic Ash, it's best hand trap in the game, basically.
So if you went to an event, you would probably swap these out of the main for Nib?
I have Nib in the side, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm not running them here just because the locals, this is just better.
Yeah.
We have people playing Flu, people playing Mana DM, people playing Pendulum, Tier, exactly. Stuff if I don't like draw them, it's almost guaranteed you lose.
Yeah.
So I prefer it for locals, but when you go to like stuff that has like Rescue Ace, Unchained, like more meta stuff, this card doesn't do as much in my opinion. So that's just me at a local standpoint. That is all the main deck. It's 41. I went back from 41 and 40, but like 40 is just as consistent in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the call by field's worth it when I draw it. So my side deck is 3 anti-spell because fuck spell cards. It's pretty self-explanatory. Skill drain. You have big Garunix and Kieran and big monsters that just attack. Pretty cool.
Just don't side it against a Horus player.
Yeah, exactly. 3 rock, self-explanatory. Like I said, these would be in the main, but I'm siding them because I don't always play combo here. 3 crow. This is for Unchained, purely, tier. It covers a lot of matchups, essentially.
Rescue Ace and Emergency, resetting the traps.
Salomon great in their trap cards. It does a lot.
Yeah.
I think you need to play it, in my opinion. And then, of course, because, Lab exists. I hate Lab.
Turbulence exists.
Turbulence exists. Playing cards like this is just needed, in my opinion. But, yeah, that is 41, 15, 15.
You want to show the
extra deck?
Extra deck, yeah.
In the extra deck, we are playing. So for Tri-brigades, we are playing 2 Shurag. Shurag is very self-explanatory. This card's stupid, beats Dragoon, beats a lot of things. Just being able to summon this, just summoning it and then linking it off with the Karis and the Farragut is how you summon the Ponix. Ponix is a wing beast, and this can search it. So that's why Fractal is just a 1-card combo for this whole entire deck. Bear Brom because Revolt's nice. I never use the second effect. It never comes up. But just searching Revolt's broken. Farragut, this is what you link into with your Karis and your Shurag to make this, and then search Ponix, summon Ponix.
Only one?
Only one. I feel like late game, this never comes up because you're always summoning this. I might bump Shurag to a third because it's came up a few times.
Oh, wow.
But I think you only get the one use out of this, and then it's just summoning Shurag at that point because this card is the best thing in the deck, like Tri-brigade wise. And then Double Dragon Lord and Lightheart. These are just honorary Tri-brigade cards. This is for banishing and link climbing into SP if you need to.
How do you summon that?
You summon it off Tri-brigade because Tri-brigade
okay,
bans
yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah.
So you would just like normal summon and link into it, and then like Karis or banish, or like you summon Karis, send one, they negate it. Exactly. Just random stuff like that. It's just to make SP easily, essentially. And then Double Dragon Lords, I don't make it as much, but if you make a full board when you can't get Fire King, it's what it does.
It's old school Tri-brigade at that point.
Old school Tri-brigade, yeah. Link Force, Access Code, Appaloosa, and Zelantis. So the reason you play Zelantis is whenever you have Shurag on the field, there is times where you have to not be able to link the Shurag off, and you just Zelantis over it, and you search Ponix that way, and you normal summon the Ponix. So it basically just gives you access to the Ponix. Or if you use all your Apple negates during your turn, you can go into this for the 3k damage. But it's basically just to send the Shurag to be able to add Ponix. The best thing about Fire King is you have so much extra deck space to play with in this deck because you don't need to run set specific things. And then we play Link Ones, Armorage, and Link Revo. This is really just like if you open Try and you get the link, or if you're making SP. That's all it is. Then you have SP. You don't have to play this card. You could play Dengirsu if you needed to, or find another substitution. You don't even have to play Access Code Talker. You can make this deck more budget.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! You pay to win most of the time. So I recommend it. But like I said, if you can't afford it, it's all fine. I like the end on SP, Revolt, and Garunix on board. It's just a lot of interruption to play through, or even on the Apo, either or. But this card single-handed can win game by itself. Then I play 3 XYZs, Dweller because tier, fuck me.
Yeah,
and
I
then
take personal offense to that.
And you play Typhoon because if you're not playing this card, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
This card is inherently breaks so many boards.
If you have
free.
monsters under 3K, you need to be playing it.
Yeah, exactly. If you can summon this, it's completely worth it.
Question.
Okay, what's the question?
Why no IP or Sunlight Wolf to add back?
I never felt the need to because I'm playing Tri-brigade. I would rather make like Shurag, and I'd never make the IP.
Okay.
That's just because I would always link climb and then summon. I just never get in the situation where I would be like, oh, I need IP here, Sunlight Wolf, because I'm always adding Ponix back. And I'm always getting Tri-brigade follow-up.
Fair.
So I'm always having the follow-up in hand, so I don't feel the need to Sunlight Wolf and get follow-up that way.
Okay.
And this is a JD of the deck. You make it with Sanctuary during your opponent's turn. It's really generic, just pops it. And then you can also, next turn, pop this with your field spell and summon 2 back, which is really stupid. You get the search for free. I only play 1 because, like I said, I'm playing Tri-brigade, so I have to dedicate like 6-ish slots to Tri-brigade cards. Yeah. And I also feel like I don't make this as much because I feel like in this deck, when you're playing the Tri-brigade cards, Shurag is just as much as a boss monster as this.
Revolt's a
card. If Revolt resolves and you summon this, majority of the time you win, unless they bait out and can play through it.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that like when this hits the board, it does so much for you, and it banishes during your next turn too. And there were so many times tonight where it would be like Shurag this and Fractal with Tanky, and I would really just one KO somebody because I summoned this, and I just win.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun deck. It can be definitely budget if you want to play it that way. I think Tri-brigade is very good for resource management and having follow-up versus like Sinful Spoil and stuff, but I do think Sinful Spoil is better. I don't like the Dogmatica stuff. I don't think it's as good as this, personally. But that's just preference to like Tri-brigade, and I'm biased. But yeah, that is the whole entire deck. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Fire King Chicken, whatever you want to call it. Very, very fun. Enjoy the deck. If you want to try it, I recommend it. It's cheap if you don't do like the SP and stuff. If you already have it.
Also, he myself and him typically check definitely the profiles he does. He checks the comment section. So if you have any questions, ask me or ask him, or ask me and I'll ask
definitely.
him for you. So,
Yeah.
but appreciate you showing us deck. And
I went 3-1 by the way.
3-1. Okay.
My only loss was a mirror match to hand traps. Everything else I kind of just mollywop rolled. So.
Well, you heard it. So that means build it.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Well, it's Brendan and the rest of Team D.D. Sign out. Thanks for showing us your profile, Tanner.
Thank you.